Welcome back. All right, first of three reviews tonight, and it is Chicago, it is Florida. The expectations for these teams, very, very different. That being said, you can tell that Florida's without Barkov, they're without Tkachuk, and they're adapting. So this was Spencer Knight at one end, Sergei Bobrovsky at the other. So Spencer Knight, who was a backup to Bobrovsky at one time, trying to one-up the guy that he was the backup for. And I thought Spencer Knight had a fantastic game tonight. So the banner raising, of course, happens before the game. A big moment for Florida, winning back-to-back Stanley Cups. If you made a drinking game out of the number of times they mentioned Florida trying to go for three in a row, you're not watching this video. You're at the hospital. So an early Marchand chance is fired wide. The teams trade turnovers. Shannon Skanes has a rush chance that's blocked out. Forsling has a one-timer that's held as the Panthers are building some early momentum in this game. Totally unsurprising that they would do so. Crossbar and out for Bedard on a rush. Bedard had a very good game. Did not record a point, so that's what people will focus on. But I thought Bedard played a good game. And again, that was off the crossbar and out, just a couple inches another way, and it's a goal, and we're talking about that. Ekblad has a one-timer that's caught and held. Knight, I feel like, is going to see a lot of pucks this season. Just early on, it's not just that he's going to see a lot of shots, it's the quality. Like, Chicago's got to get better at preventing some of the plays that Florida was able to get going tonight. So, Bennett has a 2-on-1 chance. He's denied there. The Florida forecheck leads to some pressure at 4.5 minutes, although the forecheck wasn't as prominent tonight as it usually is during the season. Shots are 4-2 for the Panthers at 6 minutes. Panthers draw a power play. It's Lev Shanov to the box. Now, only noteworthy because that is the first penalty of the season. So, Lev Shanov on pace for a lot of penalty minutes because we've only played one game so far. Yeah, Lev Shanov to the box. Marchand's denied. The rebound's cleared. That power play's killed off. It did manage 3 shots. It did test Spencer Knight. Spencer Knight passed the tests. Florida presses at 9.5 minutes. And it was really all Florida until at 10:03, Nazar wires one on a breakaway completely against the flow of play here. Nazar with the goal from Bertuzzi and Teravainen. It's 1-0 Chicago. Now, Florida would press to respond, and they do. At 11:06, Greer buries a rebound from the doorstep. Gadjevich and Forsling with the assists. So 1-1 tie there. Florida Panthers on the board. And normally bottom 6 guys for Florida, they're going to be prominent while the big guys are out for the Panthers. They're going to have to step up their production. And based on tonight, maybe they're going to be able to get that done. Bedard fires one wide on a rush. The Panthers press. They draw their second power play. And it's Lev Shanov to the box. So he has 4 penalty minutes in one game. So 4 times 82 equals. He's on pace for over 300 penalty minutes this year. I don't think he gets there. I think it would be hilarious if a guy got 300 penalty minutes and they were all minors. I think that would be funny. But anyways, getting away from the point here. So Marchand has a backhander that's held, and at 14:07, Verhaeghe gives Florida the 2-1 lead on the power play. Roofs one far corner from in close. Samaskevich with the only assist there. So it's 2-1 in favor of the Panthers. Panthers press for another. Bennett's denied on a 2-on-1 rush. Foligno then had a fight with Greer. I thought both of them accounted for themselves pretty well there. I think Foligno kind of won that fight just a little bit. Bedard has a net drive that nearly ties it. There's a post for Lundell in a last-minute fast break, but it's 2-1 for Florida after 1. So with Foligno fighting Greer, does that mean that like Tampa gives Foligno like $50 or, some kind of coupon for some. Anyways, so 2-1 Florida after 1. Second period, Mikheyev is denied on a breakaway. And then at 1:07, Teravainen scores on a rush. Bobrovsky nearly had this, but the game is tied at 2. The assists, Nazar and Bertuzzi. So those 3 players all get 2 points tonight. And I think Nazar had a really strong game. So keep an eye on him this season. I know there was a lot of people in the offseason that were just jaw-dropping over how much money he's getting in terms of cap hit. I understand it. I get it. I think he's really, really going to be a good forward. And today's game tells you Chicago might be right on this one. Understanding it's far too early in the season. The Hawks get a power play. Reinhart then takes a puck to the face. He heads off for some stitches. The Panthers do kill it off. The Hawks didn't gain any momentum there, so they had that power play with a chance to get the lead. It just does not happen. Chicago presses at 4.5 minutes. Rodriguez is down. He needs help exiting. He took a puck to I think it was the back of the leg where you don't have as much padding, so he had to go out and walk that one off. Verhaeghe has a net drive chance that's held. The Hawks press at 6.5 minutes. Kaiser has a wrister that's held, and this is right where Rodriguez comes back into the game. Things get pushed on a hold by Bobrovsky. Not a lot of that tonight. It is the first game of the regular season. Chicago and Florida don't have a blood feud, so there wasn't really much to report on that front today. Grzelcyk has a turnover chance. That's blocked. The Hawks go back to the power play. There's a near miss shorthanded by Luke Cunnin. Power play's killed off, just the one shot on net. Again, the power play for Chicago not benefiting them yet, but it was a strong power play last year. It's just the first of 82 games. I'm sure it will be fine. Jones has a one-time that's held as the Panthers get some pressure. Of course, Jones against his former team here. Reinhart returns, got stitches, so he would be back in the game. Donato has a rush chance that's blocker side. The Hawks press with 5 minutes left. Verhaeghe is robbed on a net drive. Bedard couldn't fool Bobrovsky on a rush. Very close, but yeah, Bobrovsky gets him. Then things get pushy with Greer down with 2:07 left. There wasn't a penalty on the play. I think it was Levshinov in front of the net, too. They could have called that. I don't know that the referee didn't see it, but it did look kind of like a trip. Teams trade 3-on-2 rushes in the final minute. It is 2-2 after 2. And I thought, hey, Chicago tied in Florida going into the third period. Even with the high-profile players that are injured for the Florida Panthers, I thought that was a really strong performance thus far by Chicago. Third period. Early jump for the Blackhawks. Kulikov's then denied as the Panthers' forecheck starts getting things going. Bennett has a chance that's blocked by Rinzel. Cunnin has a 2-on-1 chance that's blocker side. Dickinson then has a rush chance that's saved. Nazar's net drive chance is blocked. We get power play number 3 for the Hawks, which leads to a lot of booing from Florida fans because, as is well known around the NHL, officials just hate Florida. So, I'm kidding. Shorthanded Marchand rush is saved. Lundell takes a puck to the face. He's okay because the visor caught it. Like, if he wasn't wearing a visor, that would have been worse. So, whenever people talk about, they don't need visors. Who needs visors? Yeah, visors are necessary. The Panthers do kill that off, and again, the Chicago power play just not given much of a chance to get anything going in this game. Shots are 3-2 Florida at 9 minutes, and at 9:40, Boquist bats one out of the air on a cross-crease pass. The assist to Samoskevich and Rodriguez. So Samoskevich with a couple of helpers. He did well if you've got him in fantasy. Then there's a near miss for Verhaeghe on a net drive. So Florida now with the lead 3-2. They're at home. They're skating downhill at this point. Mikkola has a wrister that's caught and held, meaning that Chicago's skating uphill at that point. So Mikkola has his wrister caught and held. Forsling has a net feed that's picked off the Hawks rush. Cunnin has a 3-on-2 chance that's held. Hawks press with 5.5 minutes left in the game. Marchand has an end-to-end rush chance that's held. I thought that was going in. I was really surprised that Knight was able to get that, but he did. Hawks press with 4 minutes left. The Panthers dangerous in transition. Reinhart's denied from the slot, and the Panthers did a good job in the closing minutes of preventing Chicago pulling the goaltender. Spencer Knight was visibly frustrated. He wanted to come off. He was waving to the bench, but I will agree with Jeff Blashill on this. There wasn't really an opportunity before they pulled him to get him out of the net where you wouldn't be sure there's going to be an empty netter right away. So the Hawks call a timeout with 1:08 left. They would pull the goalie with 50 seconds left. Whatever they discussed, whatever they come up with, does not work. Florida wins their home opener 3-2, so they're 1-0 on the season. Chicago drops to 0-1. I won't be doing the standings for the NHL after every video tonight. The standings board will make its debut. I figure Thursday night's a good time for that to make its debut. So shots on net, 17-3 Florida in the first. 11-9 Chicago in the second, and then 11-6 Florida in the third. Once Chicago got their feet under them in that second period, it was a much closer game. Final shots 37-20 for the Panthers. Power plays 0-3 for Chicago, 1-2 for Florida. That's the difference. The hits 29-27 for Florida. Knight saved 34 out of 37. I thought he played great. I did. I thought Spencer Knight played really well. If you're a Hawks fan, there's a lot of positives you can take out of this game. If you're a Florida fan, you can also take a lot of positives out of this game as well. So everybody should be happy. Bobrovsky, 18 saves on 20 shots. And yeah, strong first game of the season. Now I'm watching Pittsburgh Rangers, of course. And to close out the night, it'll be Colorado, LA. So look forward to those other two reviews later on tonight. For now, I'm done. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below as always. Hit like and subscribe in the event you may not have done so already. Thank you guys so much for all your support as always. I will talk to you again soon.